So today I want to talk about having the hard conversation. My husband and I have a weekly huddle on our calendars. It's scheduled for Saturday mornings to ensure we stay connected. And yet, recently, we have bypassed the huddles as life has gotten really full. And not surprisingly, our relationship has suffered for it. The last couple of weeks, we've been like ships passing in the night. And because we hadn't connected, there was a little wedge forming, and I could feel the tension between us. So fortunately, he stressed the importance of sticking to our scheduled huddle time this past weekend. And truthfully, I didn't want to do it. I knew that there was some tough stuff that needed to be said, and I didn't want to say it. And I was a little hungover as I'd gone out with my best friend the night before. But I showed up in my jammies with a cup of tea and a little bit of a headache, ready to listen, and listen I did. And maybe it was because my defenses were down. I was so tired that I didn't have the energy to put on armor and to fight. And because of that, I listened and I recognized where I was getting in our way. And I told him that and I apologized. I also shared some ways in which I wanted more support from him. And we talked and we talked and we cried a little bit and we were so much better for it. In a recent podcast episode with Karen Weeks, the CHRO at Order Groove, she was sharing the key ingredients for having a hard conversation and talking about the relief that comes from the discipline in doing it. She said, the relief that comes from having the hard conversation is so much greater than the awkwardness in having it. And that's what I experienced with my husband, that relief immediately following the conversation. The tension was gone. I felt so much more connected to him. And that feeling has stayed with me for days. And I love it. So here's to having the hard conversation. And more importantly, the relief in having it. What a great way to take care of ourselves and ultimately each other.